Yeah, happy as a Merry Christmas, by the way. Congressman Lloyd Doggett is with us now. He's a Democrat from Texas and also chairman of the House Subcommittee on Health. Congressman, it's good to see you. Look, I know you've said this relief bill isn't enough. I don't know. Where do you think we are right now? And is the best case scenario the president just backs down and signs this? Where do you see this going?
Well, Merry Christmas, Chris. This is a president who said he was saving Christmas, but for so many of the people that I hear from, he's taking it away. The only people that seem to get a Christmas bonanza from him are the cronies in his gang, Vladimir Putin, and some other corrupt officials and war criminals. I hope that he decides to go ahead and support this bill, because I have people in Texas that will begin to lose unemployment benefits the day after tomorrow. I have people that are about to be evicted. We're all concerned about the gaps in the vaccine distribution. There's just so much that needs to be done. Now, I support the $2,000, and we saw one Republican saying it has to be $2,000 in Donald Trump, and then other Republicans saying, oh, no, we can't have that. We would have more than $600 if Donald Trump had shown the least bit of leadership on this matter. But he's, of course, been in hiding, whining about his election defeat and the injustice of it all, when he could have been leading. This is something his designated negotiator agreed to. We need it. If he can convince Republicans to remove their objection and get $2,000, all the more power. But we'll be in session on Monday. If Republicans continue to object, I hope we will pass legislation to do just what Donald Trump asked for if he hasn't signed the bill, and to keep the government open, as well as to override his outrageous veto of the defense authorization bill.
You mentioned the vaccine, and so as the chair of the House Subcommittee on Health, I want to ask you about the fact that we've just reached 1 million doses given, but we were expecting to have 20 million by the end of the year. Obviously, that's not going to happen. In fact, we were talking about this earlier. There are at least 5 million of those 20 million doses that aren't even going to get to states until next month. Are you concerned that this rollout is taking longer than it should?
This administration has failed going back to the beginning of the pandemic, whether it was having the necessary personal protective equipment, we still have a big gap on testing, and of course on the vaccine rollout. And they like to brag about the numbers and how quickly they move, but we're only getting immunized a tiny percentage of the people that need that immunization. And we're paying an immense price for it. They've hidden all the agreements with the manufacturers, but at least from the latest announcement from Secretary Azar bragging about their progress, he seems to make it clear that most Americans who need these vaccines will not be able to get them until well into the summer months. Until we control this pandemic, of course, we won't have sustained economic growth. Had President Trump and his people done their job last spring, and had the governors in states like Texas done their job, we wouldn't be in the horrible mess we're in. We certainly need those vaccines. And of course, as you know, Chris, one of the features, a very important feature of this bill that we first approved in the House on May 15th, over 7 months ago, was to have the money for vaccine distribution and to have the money to support local public health entities in helping to deliver that vaccine, because it's not just the manufacturer of the vaccine, it's how it's distributed and whether people are out there ready to get the job done so that we immunize people as quickly as possible.
Yeah, $9 billion in that bill that they need to get that vaccine into people's arms. So that's not insignificant. Look, the coronavirus numbers are continuing to climb as people are continuing to ignore warnings to stay home. So I need to ask you about a video that shows a packed church in Austin. And Governor Greg Abbott tweeted this: "Who said Austin is locked down? Christmas is being celebrated in Austin and in Texas. Everyone already knows the safe thing to do, although it doesn't look safe. It doesn't look socially distant. It doesn't look like everybody's got a mask on." What do you make of the video and the governor's comments, Congressman?
Well, it's alarming. I live on a street that has 2 churches. 2 or 3 more are within shouting distance of my house here in East Austin. They are all closed. I thought last night or tonight, as they have normally Christmas Eve services, they've shown that good judgment. Our problem in Texas, frankly, is that we have, unfortunately, a governor in Greg Abbott who all along has been more interested in pleasing President Trump than protecting the health of Texans. And as a result of that, we have about 26,000 Texans that are not alive today. We will have more of those individuals die. I applaud those who want to share, as I do, their faith here at the Christmas time, but they are leading to the death of other people, both inside and outside their congregations. Unfortunately, our governor continues to interfere in the efforts of courageous local officials trying to protect public health. He continues to follow political science, not medical science. And we will have more death and pain and suffering, unnecessary pain and suffering, hospitals overflowing because he won't do his job. And of course, the Trump administration has essentially checked out here as they whine and whine about the election loss.
Congressman Lloyd Doggett of Texas, thanks so much for being on the program. Merry Christmas to you and yours, and good luck